As the prices went up, so did their profits, and suddenly they were confounding local cynics who only gave them a month at the outside. With a full-time fleet of 17 boats employing 50 crewmen, it was possible to create jobs onshore as well. It's meant they've had to borrow heavily from the local bank to pay for freezer plant and transport such as a refrigerated lorry. After each trip, a skipper is expected to hand over 10% of his profits.
Any wealth that's created down here is used in the town, apart from the investment in fishing vessels, which is, you know, they haven't got, you know, they can't purchase them locally. But you increase a town's turnover by $500,000, somebody's bound to benefit from it.
The glossy brochure for the development plan describes it all as a unique historical legacy which offers the exciting possibility of a total waterside environment where people can work, live and enjoy leisure pursuits.
Maryport needed this sort of development. I came upon it by accident. But it's the obvious place. It's obviously been derelict and fallen to pieces over the years, and it has enormous potential. In fact, I've become quite honestly emotionally involved. I feel that we are going to get a resurgence of fishing and a regeneration of the port itself.
George Robson has made a fortune selling and hiring out boats to wealthy tourists on Lake Windermere. He sees no reason why he can't make another at Maryport.
You see at present southern boats and Morecambe Bay boats. Anybody who wishes to cruise the west coast of Scotland, which is after all one of the best cruising grounds in the world, really has to go up as far as the Clyde before they can start, certainly to the other side of the Solway. And here we have a situation where we can do it within Cumbria.
Transforming the muddy reality of the derelict harbour into the lyrical vision of the artist's impression presents a formidable challenge. English estates, along with Allerdale District Council and the Cumbria County Council, have been persuaded that it can be done. Getting hard-headed private investors to see it that way is going to take a lot of doing.
One of the problems of this site, and I think of many sites throughout the country, is that when you go into a derelict situation as this is, the private sector, the private developers, cannot afford, it isn't viable for them to start doing massive reconstruction jobs, removing dereliction. And on this score, the Department of Environment have financed us. We're going to clean the site. It's going to be so attractive, these people can't but take the opportunity. There's a prospect of jobs, and if we can get people employed, there's many ingredients in here. We think we've got a good spectrum of development. There's an hotel site which will employ a fair number of people. There's a supermarket to go in. There is a fair proportion of this site allocated for good class housing. And of course, the other ingredient which I have a great deal of feel for is the fishing industry. And this fishing industry, in my opinion, is an important part both for the commercial base, and I've got to stress this point, it will not survive, in my opinion, without a good commercial base. The fishermen are providing part of that.
As far as the Fishermen's Cooperative are concerned and other businesses which might be attracted to Maryport, it is coupled hand in hand with the development of the harbour. If the development of the harbour doesn't happen, this won't happen. Nothing will happen. Maryport will stop the same as it always stopped.